Woman chooses pet crocodile over husband. Before judging her decision, let's talk about Vicky Lowen's life in New South Wales. She grew up on a 2,000-acre property and fell in love with wild animals. At only 4 years old, she was caring for blue-tongue lizards. When she turned 10 years old, she was taking care of snakes. Fast forward to 23 years old, she adopted a saltwater crocodile called Rocky. When she met her husband, he knew what he was getting into. So, when he asked her to give up on her beloved Johnny, the croc, she made her choice.
Before we begin, make sure you smash that like button, subscribe to our channel, and click the notification bell for more amazing videos.
You can imagine that the one leaving her would be the husband, and Vicky kept raising her beloved scaly pets, even allowing them in the house, bath, and bed. Yes, crocodiles nap with her. Vicky is now 60 years old, and she's had Johnny for 22 years when he was only a hatchling. She found him on her doorstep, and she took him in. You won't believe what happens early in the morning in her house. Early in the morning, her pet crocs bang around the living room, making noise to get food. Vicky wakes up and feeds her babies, and she said that even though they're very demanding, she cannot imagine her life without them. Sometimes, Vicky said that Johnny and another freshwater croc come into her bedroom looking for her, and when they're done wandering around the house, they hop into their aquarium in the lounge room. How many crocs does she have? There are the 2 freshwater adult crocs in the living room, 2 baby crocs in the bathroom, and a large saltwater croc outside in the yard. And this is why her husband Greg was done with raising scaly pets. In 2005, Vicky and Greg divorced after being separated for a long time. She said that husbands can look after themselves, but my tension in the house. He said I spent too much time on Johnny. It got really bad, said Vicky. But she does admit that her husband worked 12 hours a day, every day of the week. Then Vicky said that her husband became jealous of the amount of time I spent with Johnny. He said I devoted all my time to the crocodile instead of him. And then he made her choose between him and the croc. Probably Greg thought that it was an ultimatum that would make Vicky give up Johnny. Instead, he was going to have a tough time. Vicky said that he knew she had pets when they first met, so he knew what he was getting into. Vicky remembers that Greg tried to get involved in my passion in the first few years of marriage. I was a volunteer with an animal charity, and he would come out on rescues and try and help. However, he felt odd, but he always felt like he was second best. He thought the animals meant more to me than him, but that wasn't the case. They were just equal, said Vicky. And then he couldn't stand his emotions, so he made Vicky choose. Vicky said that she chose my crocodile over my husband. We sold our place and went our separate ways. It's a real shame, but it happened. Now she looks after 33 animals: snakes, lizards, turtles, and birds. She spends all of her time taking care of the animals that she'd saved over the years. All of her animals were homeless pets. A lot of people have just gotten sick of them and don't want to look after them anymore. Vicky has been hand-rearing wild animals all her life, and she knows how to behave and how to interact with them. So, when it's feeding time, she won't look her crocs in the eye because they might attack her to protect their food. I've sacrificed my life for them. Animals have always been my life, and without them, I think I wouldn't have a life, said Vicky. And when her animals misbehave, she scolds them a bit. This is how the huge croc reacted. Jilphia, the huge saltwater croc, ate one of Vicky's live chicken, and she scolded her for it. Then she said, I had to apologize to her because she was only doing what was natural. Jilphia didn't move all day from her corner after Vicky yelled at her. But Vicky said that her huge outdoors croc is a darling Jilly. I've got to be more wary of her, of course, because if she gave me love bites, she would take my leg off. However, Vicky knows what she's doing. she has a license to keep her pets. Vicky has been working with Australian native animals for more than 30 years, and she is already an expert in raising and caring for them. She advises everyone against getting a crocodile as though it's a pit bull. Having a pet croc is definitely a huge responsibility, says Vicky. The animal suffers, and of course, they can be very dangerous. I don't want to say only I can have them, but they're definitely only for professionals. Thanks for watching the video. If you like this story, then please hit the like button and also click on subscribe button to never miss an update from our channel.